the song with your heart. Play the song with your heart.
Let's see what we got. So there's a couple of 3-0 teams. The Steelers is one. The Vikings is two. I believe there's like another team that should be 3-0. But I know those two teams are 3-0.
Chiefs.
The Chiefs are 3-0. The Bills are 3-0. I think those are
I
the
think
only.
that's it.
I think that's
Yeah.
it. Okay, so out of the four 3-0 teams, who do you think is the best? Who you think has played the best
The
ball
best.
so far? Yeah, who's played the best ball so far?
Ooh. Considering the level of competition, I'm going to go with the Vikings because a lot of people written them off in the off season, especially once JJ McCarthy got ruled out for the year due to his injury. And many people they wasn't expecting Sam Darnold to come out here and play as well as he have. And who would have guessed the Vikings personnel isn't really holding them back? I mean, Brian Flores and Kevin O'Connell got them dudes out there playing good football. And things have been working, even though they've been dealing with injuries and players not playing and stuff. They still getting it done. They're going against these Shanahan tree guys back to back weeks, and Brian Flores made them look silly. So, hey man, so salute to the Vikings. I would say the Bills are also. It's like I put them like slightly above the Bills. I didn't expect the Bills offense to be clicking this well, especially since they lost Stephon Diggs and this pretty much a wide receiver by committee. But Joe Brady got them boys playing. They tried to write him off after that Carolina stint, but hey, he got them boys ready to play.
Yeah, I agree with you on your Vikings point because just the level of competition and both sides of the football being dominant, the offense being dominant, and the defense being dominant. I was watching the all 22 of their game against the Texans, and the offense, you could just tell like Kevin O'Connell, his ability to dial up plays, it's just phenomenal, and just their ability to free up the wide receiver, scheme wide receivers open. Sam Darnold, he just looks comfortable, and he doesn't have to really do much of audibling, changing different routes. It's just here's the play, and it's going to work majority of the time, and it really did. Justin Jefferson, he's getting it going. Aaron Jones, he seems like he's still the same Aaron Jones as he was with the Packers. It's just they've just been dominant these first 3 weeks, and I said it before, but I'm a little mad about it because they're my enemy. But overall, I got to be honest with it, and it's a cool little situation. It's real cool. I do want to shout out the Steelers. I didn't expect them to be 3-0. I didn't expect them to lead in their division. I thought they would be probably the odd team out of their division, but I was wrong, because Justin Fields has managed the game. He's done a really good job of that. The defense, we already knew the defense was going to be good with Mike Tomlin. The offense with Arthur Smith, I didn't expect Arthur Smith to do a pretty good job at play calling. Now, is it the greatest? No, but they're effective enough. It's good enough. They're not putting the ball in harm's way. They're not putting the defense in a worse predicament. He's not making a whole bunch of dumb play calls like he did with the Atlanta Falcons, where he would just keep like going. He would go with like Bijan one series and then go with Algier the other series, or he'll bench Bijan for an entire quarter and just have Algier running. It feels like the offense is more. It feels like there's an identity. It
Mm.
doesn't feel like everything is out of place. So I got to give Arthur Smith credit on that one. And I have to say this about Justin Fields because I a month or two ago, I did come out and say like, "Hey, I'm done with Justin Fields." I I will admit I lied on the fact that I'm going to stop being a fan. It's impossible. It's impossible for me to stop being a fan. That's like me saying that I'm not a fan of Lonzo Ball anymore, even though Lonzo Ball is dealing with his own issues, his own injury issues. I'm still a fan of Lonzo Ball. I'm still a fan of Justin Fields. I just wasn't confident that he would be able to lead a team, to be able to be a starting level quarterback. And he so far he's proved me wrong. And I'm happy for it. I even said it on the video when we talked about Justin Fields in offseason. I said, I hope I'm wrong. And so far I'm wrong. And I really hope that he succeeds with the Steelers. I really hope that he continues winning because it will just further my belief when it came to Justin Fields coming out of college and throughout his tenure with the Bears that if you surround him with the right coaching, with the right pieces, he will thrive. And so far, it looks that way. And I'm happy for it because a lot of people were doubting Justin Fields, including some people in our group chat, including one of our guests on the show who has been campaigning that Justin Fields can't play quarterback and that he's running back. It's a beautiful thing. It's a poetic. It's very poetic.
Yeah.
The Chiefs, I don't. Oh man,
It ain't the prettiest, but they get it done.
the Patriots, man. They're the Patriots. It's one of them things where you're right. It's not the prettiest, but they are 3-0. They know how to not beat themselves. They know how to win games in different facets. That's why they have 3 Super Bowl championships in the past 4 years. My thing with the Chiefs is how long are they going to be able to get away with it? Is my question. Can this be sustainable? Is my question. I don't think it is. I do think that this is very similar to last year, except the problem that I see with the Chiefs is that the defense has regressed a little bit. They can't guard tight ends. They're not getting as many turnovers as they used to. So that's a big problem for the Chiefs that they need to address on the defensive end because I thought that the offense would pick up the slack of the defense since they lost L'Jarius Sneed. But it doesn't seem like that's happening right now. There's still seems like some sort of struggle going on. Andy Reid needs to figure out a way to dial up some plays for Xavier Worthy. Besides Rashid Rice, besides before Isaiah Pacheco came out, you have Isaiah Pacheco and Rashid Rice. Everybody else was very inconsistent. Travis Kelce, they brought in Juju Smith-Schuster. He's not that good anymore. It's just so many different parts that you can't really rely on consistently. And Patrick Mahomes, like against the Falcons, he didn't play his best ball. Like I was very concerned with Patrick Mahomes. There were just so many plays you can point to where I'm like, yo, Mahomes, like, what's good? Like, is there something going on? Has your family life really distracted you that much? I was thinking that like maybe there's something going on with him, but he talked about it during the press conference. He just got to be better. I don't know. It's better to be 3-0 and to be looking like the Chiefs than be 0-3 like the Bengals. So that's just how I look at things. And the Bills, we already talked about the Bills. You already mentioned the Bills, but they've been dominant, just spreading the ball around. We saw this last year when it came to just Joe Brady coming in, being the offensive coordinator. They were starting to spread the ball around a lot more, relying more on James Cook. Now they're doing that even more without Stephon Diggs. So I don't think it was a huge adjustment period for Josh Allen because they were already doing that. It's just when you have Stephon Diggs constantly complaining about not getting enough targets, enough receiving yards, it's going to be a headache. It's going to be a distraction. Now they don't have that distraction. Josh Allen took some shots at Stephon Diggs during after the game, as we all know. But yeah, I don't know if remain to be seen on if this formula can continue for the Bills because the defense doesn't have as much talent. And that's my concern.
Who would have thought the Seahawks would? Oh, that's the other 3-0 team, the Seahawks. We forgot.
Oh
about
yeah, I
them.
forgot about the Seahawks. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but the Seahawks, I didn't expect the Seahawks to be 3-0 this year. I didn't expect the defense to look as good as it does. Mike McDonald he one of them ones on the defensive end, and at this point, it's a shame he's a head coach. I'd steal him if he wasn't a head coach. But yeah, man, he got them boys playing good football. Especially Tariq Woolen is like one of the highest graded corners in the league. He's not allowing pretty much anything from these receivers that aren't able to get anything. He had Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle in a straight jacket. It was bad for him. It was bad. Like Tyreek was reminiscing on that Miami situation. We was in them cuffs because Tyreek was about to put them boys in the stadium jail because it was bad, man. But yeah, the Geno Smith and playing the offense looks much better since they got rid of Shane Waldron.
The war criminal.
We'll get to him. We'll get to him later. But
yeah,
Yeah, man, the offense, DK is looking great. I'm glad I picked him up in fantasy because I was definitely going to pull the trigger on DJ Moore, and I'm glad I did it. I'm so glad I did it because good grief, that Bears offense is looking bad. But yeah, man, those are the most surprising teams in my opinion. Obviously, you got the bad surprises or the disappointments. I think we'll get to that in a little bit though.
Yeah, we talked about the Seahawks. Now I'm shocked they are 3-0, but some of the things that are happening when regarding the Seahawks, some of the good things that are happening, I'm not that surprised because I pointed it out during our prediction show when talking about the Seahawks. I'm like, okay, the new head coach, he's gonna revitalize this defense. He's gonna make Tariq Woolen actually good again, and that's what I believed. And then you have Byron Murphy. Like you have all these different pieces. They have speed on defense. They still have really good talent on the offensive end. And you bring in a new offensive coordinator, the offensive coordinator from Washington, who also you have Michael Penix as the QB, and you have 3 really good wide receivers, a la just like the Seahawks. I was like, this is a perfect storm. And then you still have Charbonnet, you still have Kenneth Walker. I'm like, man, they're going to be good. It's just how good are they going to be? And right now, they look like one of the best 5 teams in the NFL. Like the defense looks like damn near like the Legion of Boom. Like they're that good. Like they're really balling out right now. Like they're making teams just look scared out there. Like Bo Nix, he was scared for his life against the Seahawks, and the other team they just faced, they just been dominant.
The Dolphins.
Yeah, the Dolphins. Yeah, Skylar Thompson and Tim Boyle. I understand like that's not the best talent in the world, but hey, it's the NFL at the end of the day. You got to play the teams you got to face, and they've been dominant. Geno Smith, he looks rejuvenized. He looks happy that Shane Waldron isn't the OC anymore because you got to remember when Geno Smith came on the scene with Seattle that first year, I was like, damn, like Geno looking like a top 5 QB. Like, he was really throwing the ball effectively. And then last year came around and all of a sudden he just regressed. And I'm like, what happened to Geno? Was that just an anomaly? Was that just a one-hit wonder, a one-year wonder? Like, I'm confused. But now this season, we're seeing that no, Geno is actually good. Like he's actually developed into a really good quarterback, and it was just a play calling. And hey, JSN Jackson Smith, he warned us. He warned us about Shane Waldron. He like, hey, good luck to them.
Yeah, no. Whenever you ask a former player of a coach what they think about the hire somewhere, and they say good luck, yeah, you in trouble.
Right. And I didn't take that to account too serious. Like I should have had my antennas raised, like, oh, this is gonna be a long season. I just ignored it. I don't know why. I don't know why I ignored it. Like, honestly, a lot of people ignored it. Like, not many, besides Seahawks fans, not many people really talked about the fact that Shane Waldron is not a good offensive coordinator. If it just flew under the rug for whatever reason, like nobody talked about it. Luke Getsy, the offensive coordinator, like people were talking about him going to Raiders, like what the hell is that? But Shane Waldron is just like, hey, he's coming in. Hey, coming from the Seahawks, they had a good season with Geno 1 year, had a down year last season. Got Caleb Williams, like they just swept under the rug, and unfortunately for the Bears, it's not going to look too good for them because that was a horrible decision. It's going to get Matt Eberflus fired.
Just let me be me.